Boom, 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 boom. Greetings, gentlemen, ladies, old school game snob. In today's video, we're going to take a Daz character over into Unreal Engine. So there's a few tutorials on this, but what I found is that there are some missing ingredients from some of the tutorials. There were a few steps that I needed to fix and address along the way, so this is sort of going to be an updated tutorial for how to make all this come together. First off, guys, head on over to this address. I will put a link to this in the description, but head on over to vodanel.com. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. So this is going to probably be the easiest way to do it. Now, I went ahead and installed the Daz to Unreal Bridge. I don't know if you need to do this step. I think you can probably just drop the plugin into your folder that we're going to grab off of David's website here. But this is what I did, so I haven't tried it, without this step. So I did go ahead and I installed the Daz to Unreal Bridge using my Daz install manager, of course, and I just, it's kind of confusing if you're trying to install into Unreal Engine 5 because it, it says it's for Unreal Engine 4 here. And it's just a little bit confusing because it asks you which directory is your Unreal Engine 4, but of course you want to say 5. I just installed that into Unreal Engine 4. But here's the thing, I'm not sure. You know what I also did? I actually also installed it into Unreal Engine 5. But again, I don't think we need to run it through the installer here because we're going to update it anyway. But just in case this doesn't work without it, yeah, you can go ahead and install that. Basically, when you install that plugin, as best as I can figure, all it does, I'm pretty sure all it does, but I'm not 100% sure, I'm pretty sure all it does is add this DZ Unreal Bridge.dll to your Daz Studio plugins folder, and I'm pretty sure that's all there is to the installation of that plugin, but not 100% sure, like 90%. Anyway, so you're going to want to kick things off by installing the Daz to Unreal plugin. So it is a good idea to head on over to David's website here. He will have links to what you're going to want to do is head over to the Daz to Unreal plugin. This is the plugin that goes into Daz Studio. We're also going to do a plugin that goes into Unreal. All right, so let's first do the Daz Studio plugin. So here we've got the a pre-release version, so I just scrolled down and I found the latest version. You can go ahead and grab that latest version, the zip file for that. The zip file will look something like this. Inside that zip file is basically just let's see, Daz Studio is basically just your DZ Unreal Bridge. Alright, so you're going to want to drop that into your program files, Daz3D, DZ Studio 4. Your directory might be a little bit different than mine, but basically you're looking for Daz Studio 4 /plugins. You can drop it into here if you've installed the Unreal Bridge through the Daz installer. You may have to overwrite this. Now, I feel like I tried this a couple of times, dropping from my inside my zip file, and it may or may not have worked properly. When you drop it in, you'll get asked for permissions and stuff like that. You can go ahead and just click continue to give permissions to do that. But I feel like when I dropped from the zip file, it wasn't actually working. It might have worked, I'm not sure. Basically, check your file sizes. All right, so check the file size that you're dropping in there. It should be 495K. Mine is 495K. I swear that I tried this like 2 or 3 times before I unzipped it, put it on my desktop, and then dragged it in there, and then it seemed to work. But just check your file sizes and make sure that they seem to match up to make sure you got the right one. All right, so the next step of this is, again, head on back over to David's website, or I'll actually put the link to all of these in the description. David's website with all the instructions. We've also got the Daz plugin here, and now we've got the Unreal plugin here at time of this recording. The latest version is 5.00.75. By the way, kudos to David for putting this together. It's amazing, man. Thank you. Really, this is really awesome. I'm just discovering it here today, and yeah, thought I'd do a little updated tutorial video. Anyway, go ahead and grab the Daz to Unreal zip file. Save that onto your desktop or somewhere that you know where to look for it. Let's go ahead and unzip that folder once it's completed its download. Come on, buddy. There we go. So this is the plugin that will go inside of your Unreal Engine folder. Let's see. So let's open up our Unreal Engine folder. In my case, this is I've got my UE5 installed into my C drive. Just go ahead and find your Unreal Engine folder. Go to Engine, go to Plugins, and then go ahead and go into the version that, of course, you're installing into. So in my case, it's 5, and then you'll find the Daz to Unreal folder in there, and you will just drag and drop that Daz to Unreal folder into your Plugins folder of your UE5 engine. Now, when you fire up your Unreal Engine editor, go on over to Plugins, of course, and make sure the Daz plugin is enabled. So you're just going to check that. It will then, of course, ask you to restart Unreal Engine to load the plugin. Once you restart, come back to your project settings, head on over to Plugins, Daz3, where is it? Daz to Unreal settings. And from here, you're just going to want to tickety-tick this one and tickety-tick that one. Zero root and fix bone. Once you do that, you should be good to go. Now, head on over. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I may have neglected to mention this. Shut down Daz. It may be important to. You'll probably have to shut down Daz if you want to make changes to if you want to copy folders into the plugins folder. You'll probably get an error that file is in use or something. I'm not sure, but shut down Daz if you have any troubles, and just basically restart Daz. Get a nice clean start after you got the plugin installed there. You should be able to now open up a Genesis character. So I've got mine here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw some hair onto my character so I can then show you guys how the update and process works. So basically, I exported her without hair right now, and when I export her again, send her to Unreal, the model will get updated with the changes, which is a very nice, convenient, handy feature. So you will go ahead and go to File, Send to Daz to Unreal. If you don't see this here and you skipped the if you skipped this part here, installing from Daz, that could be why, but I don't think you need to do this part. I'm pretty sure you don't. But if for some reason you don't see the Send Daz to Unreal part, maybe try installing from there. So I didn't test that, guys, so just in case, just covering the bases here. Anyway, so we are going to go ahead and now File, Send to Daz to Unreal. Oops, and you got to, of course, select the character that you want to send over. Send to Daz to Unreal. You will want to check the Show FBX and dialog. We can go ahead and click Accept with these settings. From here, we will send no props, no hidden, no animations, unless you want to send animations, and of course you can do that. Oh, and by the way, I should mention that you can, of course, send over your morphs too. You can choose which morphs and whatnot that you want to send over, basically from this menu. I haven't tested this yet, but from what I've read, it works that way, so you guys can try that out. Anyway, let's go back to where we were a second ago. So we will do no hidden, we will do no figures, props, uncheck animations, all that should be good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and export that now. Have a sip of tea, wait for the thing to do its thing. Yeah, so there are a few tutorials on this, like I say, but they seem to be a little bit I'm missing a few steps, missing a few important steps, like installing the updated version of the Daz plugin. Like the tutorial that I followed said to install it from here and you're good to go. That didn't work for me. I needed to go and get it from GitHub, the latest version, for that to actually work. And yeah, so there's just a few little steps that cost me a few hours of troubleshooting. So anyway, that's why we're doing this little video. Whoops, that's my video game. Oh, and then you won't probably have to say yes to all because I'm just updating my existing model with all of these things. But yeah, basically Daz Studio will catch your open running version of Unreal Engine. Presumably, if this is not version 5, you have version 4, it'll catch that one. I think whichever one you have running. If you have multiple versions of Unreal Engine running, that could be problematic, so you probably just want to have one running at the time. So we're just waiting for the update to happen here, and we should see hair appear on our model if all went well. Otherwise, when you guys import, you will of course get a skeletal mesh, you'll get a physics asset, and you will get an anim graph. Let there be hair, let there be hair, yes to all, yes, 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 all good. Give you yes to all permission. Do you know what yes to all means? It means yes to all, not yes to each thing individually. I don't think this program knows all. That's alright though, that's okay. That's okay, because this is an absolutely fantastic plugin, and I just love how easy this is now. I remember trying this a couple months ago and it just wasn't working for UE5. I couldn't get it figured out. Still loading here. Oh man. Well, you guys probably don't have to watch the end of the video. It should have worked for you. You should have your model available, your scale mesh, your materials, all that sort of good stuff. The Daz to Unreal folder, I believe, is created automatically on import. For those of you who enjoy watching status progress bars increase, you can stick around with me until the end of this video and we'll see if we actually got some hair on our model or not. I'm like 99% sure that we're gonna. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, how many of you guys still play Neverwinter Nights from 20 years ago? They've updated it. The Beamdog, the original makers of it, have updated it. Dungeons and Dragons, the version 3.5 rule set. I've been playing on a little server called, what is my server called? I feel like I should definitely know this. Narfell, Adventures in Narfell. Yeah, if any of you guys play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, there we go, we got some hair. Okay. Now, from what I understand, and this indeed seems to be true, the hair from Daz doesn't look great. So there's some tutorials, I believe, on using MetaHuman's hair on your Daz models. And yeah, it looks like the hair did not do a great job of coming over. By the way, when I initially imported this model, her eyes were white. The textures didn't import. And the reason for that was that my model was using a few special few special eye features. So I just removed those eye additions with the, I believe it was like the Jolie preset model or something like that. And then it worked fine. So if you have any issues with white eyes, you might have some sort of extra content that's causing the issues, and you can probably just go ahead and remove that, call it a day. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you later.